So, what I will do is do a few more of these questions because I need it for my own studies. Starting from the very beginning and doing all the questions from the textbook. So, the problem I'm having is I can't find the answers, not even the even ones, which usually is possible, which is weirding me out on all fronts because there should be answers to these things and I don't know where they are. So, be in mind that a lot of things will be wrong and to keep me accountable, you probably want to double check the shenanigans I'm saying because I'm completely wrong. And I'm reviewing this because I am gonna have a final in a month, which is a good time to study. So, and I still can't find it. So we're just gonna start and hope that I don't make a mistake. So the first one, law and hypothesis are distinguished. You can probably read it yourself. Are distinguished in the introduction of orientation. I don't know what that really means, but it's asking me what's the law, and obviously uh, is A, because the volume of gas increases as it heat at a constant pressure. It makes more sense that sodium react with chloride to produce. It does happen. It's just that well it does happen. I mean, I guess you could argue B, but it makes more sense for A because it's a physical property. Like it's equal. It's like F equal ma, Newton's second law. Yeah. Yeah, I need to get used to this board actually. Which is the statement exercise 1A are best described and help us what? Um, I guess D. Because this could be proven to be false, while sodium react with chloride to produce, which is sodium is Na, I believe, plus chloride, which equals NaCl is true. So, I mean, it's not really a good hypothesis, but why this is not a law is due to it not, first of all, not being numerical, and second of all, you can leave out Na and Cl plus, or was it plus or minus? I think it's minus here, right? We can double check that later. Um, I think I might be wrong. Oh, well, I might be wrong. Um, anyways, uh, so it can be false. That's really the whole point of this thing. I mean, yeah, and it's not really a law if let me just get rid of that. So I hope I'm right. You can tell me later on that I'm completely a dumb person for even classifying it like that. Anyway, we should find properties are. Oh, so this is basically chemical means like a reaction like this. A physical means melting and turning to ice, so cooling down and cooling up, or displacing it from a box shape to a smaller shape, or cutting it to pieces, whatever. So objects have a silver becoming tarnished. That is a chemical reaction. C, red would be color red is due to the that is physical because it doesn't have a chemical reaction. That's a little bit tricky, but yeah, because it's you're not having a reaction; it's just present in there. The boiling point at that is also a physical. I right about that. A chemist to investigate the transparency, boiling point, and flammability of whatever. Which of these three properties are physical properties? Which the transparency, so flammability is chemical. This is physical, and this is physical, I believe. Transparency. Uh, yeah, I don't know why you would even need to even mention that. Anyway, identify all the physical properties. What? Okay, why would I ever need this? But alright, the camp nurse measures the temperature of an injured camper and nights of propane tank. So there's a chemical. here. When the water begins boiling, which is physical, some of the water vapor condenses into snow, which is physical. And then this is also physical, and this is actually physical start. And then you have an ignition. So when you ignite it, it turns to chemical. So when he's just measuring it, it's fine. But igniting a propane taker is chemical. And well, again, copper is red brown, which is physical. Um, that's tricky. It's a red element obtained from copper sulfide ores by heat. Actually, this is chemical. So, the color of it is physical because that's a physical description. But when they talk about heating, if when sulfur ore by heating them in air, it means that it turns into this, which means there's a oxygen getting. So over here, Cu plus O2 equals some element. Uh, I mean, it could be CuO2 or it could be Cu2O2 or something like that. The reason why there's difference because Cu is copper 1 and copper 2 could exist. So yeah. And then the continuing below, the green spheres represent the atom of one element. Okay, green sphere. And the red one's another one, so split into two. Okay. Um. Okay, so this over here is physical. This over here is chemical. This also is chemical. As you see, they see the same. They don't stay the same, and they don't stay the same at all. So that's how you get it. So that's how many minutes taken for that full thing? 7 minutes. So we can do another bunch of questions because I'm gonna take 20 minutes, I think. Hopefully, if I get clear flame. So actually, I should rate all these questions. Okay, so this one was pointly very bad. It was pointless. So the rating system 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This was pointless. I don't really like it. I should probably not rate it. Whatever. This one I don't really like either. I mean, hypotenuse sure, but that's like experiments, and I think it's kind of redundant. But I guess this is physical, so this is fine. Everything else is fine. I just want to talk about it. I guess I don't know. Anyways, clear frame again. So let's do. And I should tell what book this is from because it's not illegal as long as you comment about it and then you talk. You're doing commentary, which is basically telling if it's good or bad, and then making sure you credit them. These questions are from Mac Clean Learning. I'm using it because I need to study for it. So, which it's called Publishers Freeman, or the author is Peter Atkins. I should probably next time I have it write somewhere that is from African questions or something. Although technically speaking, the author of the things like three authors, so you have to if you're gonna credit this guy, you have to do how if you're doing it in a document. I can like an essay document. I need to convert this into letters. If you're doing a citation, sorry, and then you write Peter. I don't know. And then you write what else do you write? You write the name of the book, which is chemical principles. Uh, the quest for insight. Yeah. And then you write the seventh edition over here, seventh edition. Oh, by the way, you need to do style this way. So it's like you need an indent over here, which you can go to the doc and search up in help bar, write indent, and then you should get index options, and then you can figure that out, portion out yourself. Yeah. Although because I'm commenting about it, I don't really need to do any of this. I'm just doing it because it's good to talk about where this came from and uh, why, which one was good or bad or whatever shenanigans you want. Anyway, it doesn't really matter because most of these there's an online version too, which I'm not going to actually put because they have different version, different numbers, and those numbers are theirs, and I don't really want to infringe on that because otherwise people would just cheat out their homework. Because let's face it, no one uses this for the textbook. 7th edition, and then you put got publisher, which is W.H. Freeman. Freeman, yeah. And then you put the date of the publish, which I don't really know. I can just search that up real quick. It's based on New York, so we can write New York here. But the point is, you just have to make sure it's credited to this guy if you're writing an essay with it. Um, Not really. That was like 2005. The first edition was like 2005. Anyways, yeah, basically, if you're writing an essay, here's how you credit them, which I am not doing, so I don't really give care in the world for it. Yeah. I wonder how long that took. I'm timing myself a little bit on what this how much it takes for this. Okay. So that took 4 minutes. Which of the following containers in exercise A7 shows how substance could be a gas? Oh, well, A7 was this thing. And I should probably hide that to make it less annoying. Gas is this one, A, because basically solid close together, gas far apart, and then liquid. They're in between those two. Yeah, I don't like how this pad is being not very cooperative when I'm using this system. Just interesting. It's still pretty good. Okay, so let's go over here. State whether the following properties is oh oh my yes, this portion that nobody gives a hoot about because the teacher didn't care, so I didn't care to learn it. I mean, it was in the homework for us, but if you don't know something, search it up and figure it out from there. Or if you forgot something from the lecture. Yeah, what was this again? Oh, right. Oh, this thing. Oh, yeah. So, depends on the amount of the matter sampled. The mass amount for sample is extensive. The property that only depends on the type of materials. Oh, yeah, right. Now I remember it's actually pretty important, but it's kind of self-evident on how they do it. So the temperature of the water boiling, that is extensive. Actually, no, that's wrong. That is actually intensive, right? If I know correctly. Yeah, because I don't. It's intensive because all things have a boiling point. That's why lava has a boiling point, so it's intensive. If I remember correctly, copper has a color that is also intensive. So I guess you could think of in as inside the house and X as outsiders extend. Humidity atmosphere, that is extensive. Intensity of light emitting by a glowing phosphorus, that is intensive. More of these. The heat produced when gasoline burns. I think that's extensive. Gas volume, that's extensive. And the cost of gas, that's extensive. Air pressure of a tire, that is extensive, right? Which of the following may change actual? Suppose that you adopt a side. Oh, huh. So, what the? Oh, this question is all goddamn awful. If I had to rate it out of 10, this would get a 0 because this is absolute trash. Skip it. This doesn't belong here. They should have just did grams and kilograms and something like that, but instead they did this shenanigans. Same with Pekka is actually something, but who the hell knows that? Who the hell cares about that? Trash questions. I'll give these two a 2 because they're not really bad. And over here, all of them are pretty much 3, other than the one I mentioned earlier, in my opinion. The first question was kind of awful. Again, why the hell do I need to know about? This one is complete trash bin. You're using metric versus USA, so don't need to do that one. Why would you ever want that? As a scientist, you don't want that. Uh, Especially since you're going to have to learn how to translate to milligrams to kilograms, which the teacher should have gave you if the teacher gave you a question that awful. This is absolute a trash question that should never have risen from the ashes of the uh, question. So yeah, that's goddamn awful. I must admit. Yeah, that was an awful question. I don't know why they even put that in there. They should have not. They should have let it go and die. Okay, next question. Okay, I don't know. Okay. And this we don't actually need. I'm doing the right one, right? Yeah, I'm doing the right one. Why is it talking about waves? You can figure out what that means later, but this is not important. For yeah, okay. So this is not needed either. Um, but the idea is this is a later chapter for some reason is here, which automatically gives us a 1 for my questioning. All these are like 1, at 0, 0, 0 rating. Is asking for the length of these two, which is kind of obvious because it's PM Pekka. So they're trying to do Pekka, and they're trying to do this, which is 2 units that you're never gonna use because it's unless you're going to advance, which sure you can do that, but uh, it's very small atoms, and that's the point of this question. They're trying to test out your SI units, and even I know this one. This is micro, which is -6, so you can do like -6, so that's like a 4 over here, negative. So that's like 5.4 by the 10 to the -4 because of -6. Over here, Pekka, I believe, is some kind of like 16 or something. You can check PM as units to MI units, which is like 12. So it's actually I was wrong. It was 12. Let me get that thing. It's just 12. Let me get that. Please work. It doesn't matter what color it is, so it's 12. So it would be no. It would be 1.3 times the 10 to the 12, which is 4, and -4. Oh my, that's same thing. So this is bigger. This is negative. So this is wrong. So it's actually this one that's much better. So yeah, this is the answer to how linked. We just linked it this way. I don't know why the hell that question is here. That should be later on. So that also gives you a 1. The density of two substances were measured in the laboratory. Oh, this is actually a okay question. Okay. Um, Without calculator, decide which one's better. Well, I can't believe they have questions like this in the first chapter. No wonder my professor just got rid of some of the questions and just gave us a homework. Okay. In the online is such a good time saver also. So this one, so 11.23 grams. Oh, no, that's one one. This one, 2.4 grams per cm, -3. Wow, that's a lot of things that you don't want to know, but you just need to know SI units for chem is this, and the SI unit for physics is this. So you kind of guess what it is. Until physics and chem mix together, where that is in the wave unit, which makes it more confusing when you put waves in it, because waves use kilograms, while everything else in chemistry use grams. The one thing that's very confusing in this class, and everyone knows it. Anyways, 2.4 grams per cm -3. That is proper units, um, because it's NCM3. Yeah, so 1.4 kilograms. You have to get rid of kilograms. We have to multiply by 1 king, which is 1,000 over here. And then you need to get the m -3 to a form where we just do m1, and then I believe it's like 100 cm. It doesn't matter. This is much bigger, as you can see, than that one. So ESB, ESB. That question sucks. Um, Not because it's not in the scope. The density is in the scope of this. Yeah, just a weird question. When a piece of unreactive metal 11.3 is dropped in a circular container like this, 2.3. What kind of question is that? The water rise 2.943, which means 2.93 minus 2.34, which is what's this? 8, 10, 6, 9, 5. We'll talk more about why I hate the new math milliliters. New math sucks. Anyway, what's the density of the metal, which, if I remember correctly, is multiplied by ml, which is equal to cm3. So it is just 0.59 cm3. I might be wrong. Double check me on that one. You did the same thing with the 18, I believe. So those questions are out the window. So if it's now 20 minutes, we're gonna stop because we don't need to continue on this section. We'll make another video later and just continue